be rising and growing all the time. Anyway, competition time for you now. We've a great...
Where we go, let's see what happens. First into the attack, it's Cork, Toddy O'Sullivan, having the first shot and the first score. Well, a lot of people feel that he should have been on the team before now. Form in training was good. His form on the field isn't bad either. Puck out, comes all the way down towards Ronan Curran. Laying off as Cathal Naughton, who traditionally loves to run at opposing defences. He's done well at midfield since this championship campaign started. And there's another point. Total of 7 points in 4 games, all of them from play. This is his first in the All-Ireland quarter-final. They come Antrim with Neil McManus, trying to show a bit of leadership at centre half forward. Good effort. And the umpire signals wide. Fullback that's entered his own Cadigan. Michael Wadding is having a word with Liam Watson, having discussed the issue with Tom Martin and Noel Crowley, his 2 umpires. Liam Watson from Lochgiel is going to be shown a yellow card. There it is.
Yeah, oh geez, that's nasty. We're after seeing Liam Watson there, he hit a dig of the hurl into the side of Owen Cadigan's head.
Cathal Naughton. A little bit of confusion. Signals weren't great. Nice pull though, which could cause problems. Cormac Donnelly. Good anticipation by Sean Delargy. Good play. Another one of the Cushendall players. Scored a point against Dublin. Comes down towards PJ O'Connell. Twisting and turning. Brian Murphy with him. Nice ball control. Good stick work. Not a bad ball at all. And it reaches its intended target, which happens to be Carl McKeegan. Normally played midfield for years. Now a corner forward and it's over the bar. He's one of the 30-year-olds on the team. Normally played half back or midfield. Scored twice against Dublin. This is his first against Cork.
Good score. Came from your cornerback, Sean Delargy. Good cleaning up in behind his full back and built direct ball straight down. Took the opportunity and they got it.
Tom Kenny coming forward. Hits it with accuracy and puts it over the bar. And nearly in every match we've seen, the 2 Cork midfielders have been scoring live on the Sunday game, and they've done it here in this All-Ireland quarter-final. 55% possession for Cork, and Antrim go through periods when they look quite impressive. They need to maintain. Watson did well here, and there's another point for him. Second point for the full forward from play. Good hurler. He also plays soccer with Donegal Celtic. Ben O'Connor. Tom Kenny. Short grip. Good point. Second point for the midfielder. Coming through the middle.
Yeah, those are the kind of scores that Antrim can't afford to be conceding. Don't you know, they should have really cleared that ball. I think it was Kieran McGurty that had control of it and should have just driven it out the field. Instead he tried to play a short pass that went wrong.
Now Antrim's turn to respond perhaps. Good block down by Tom Kenny. Liam Watson has a go, and that is a brilliant point. That's 3 points from play for Liam Watson. And now he's definitely concentrating on the game after his initial entanglement with Owen Cadigan, which I must say was of his own making. But when he concentrates on hurling, Liam Watson is as good as what's around. Look at this. Classy score. This is the only man from Cork that hasn't scored, Michael Cusson. Runs on for Isaki O'Halpine. Goes one way, tries the other, flicks it in. There's a chance here for Niall McCarthy! And there's the goal. Neil McCarthy posing problems for Antrim right from the start. He got a sniff of goal for the first time in this particular match, created by Isaki O'Halpine, and he battered it past Chris O'Connell.
Yeah, it was a great finish, Marty. In fairness, he had no room to swing the hurley. He'd have been hooked, so instead he just played in front of it, threw it up and just batted it into the goal.
There's a push on Carl Stewart by John Gardner. And there's going to be a free dead straight in front of the post. Now, 6 Corkman. Donald comes way off his line. Stopped by Tom Kenny, it would appear. And gone out for 65. Just watch this again. Look at Donald Logue, way off his line. Here comes the shot. And Tom Kenny just, I think, closed his eyes and put out the hurling. Big pluck out from Donald Cusick. Fraggy Murphy. Oh, nice stick work. And as a result of that little piece of skill, made a lot of space for himself and scores a fine point. His 3rd of the day. Just watch this now.
Yeah, lovely little touch of skill here. Step inside, open up the space and score.
Shane McNaughton. McKeegan. Flicking it inside to Liam Watson, who continues to pose the biggest threat. Lobbing this in. And the umpires watch it all the way. And Liam Watson is giving certainly a performance in Croke Park. 6 points, all of them from play. Ball sent in, easily gathered. Owen Cadigan has taken too many steps. And he throws the hurley in the air and he says, oh, I don't believe it.
Yeah, Owen feels he was fouled prior to that with a little slap on the wrist, and he got caught in for over carrying.
Those tempers have become frayed and Liam Watson is involved. He's pulled the hurley, pulled the helmet off, and that is totally unacceptable. And there he's kicked the helmet away, and the referee, I think, is going to take control. It continues on. John Gardner was involved initially in the beginning of it as well. And the linesman is involved, as you can see, and the referee, Michael Wadding, is going to call Liam Watson aside, and I think Liam Watson will be going a little bit earlier than the rest of his colleagues for a shower here, because he's already on a yellow card. And he pulled the helmet. There's the signal that we've just seen from the referee, and this is very much a talking point in this championship season.
Yeah, you can't touch the helmet anymore, it's a taboo, but in fairness I think Gardner might have initiated this, and as a result he gets the yellow, and Watson is going to get the red.
Yeah, you can see Pete, he's clearly, there's a second yellow, and Liam Watson is gone. Ronan Kern calling for it. Distributes the ball over towards Frankie Murphy. He's not going to reach him. Comes to William Egan. Trying to drop this one in. He scored in the Munster final replay, and he does it again. William Egan, for the 2nd time on the Sunday game, or the Saturday game, scores a point from play. And in 8 championship meetings, Antrim have failed to beat the Leesiders, and that statistic will disappoint them. For Antrim, it's the end of the road. For Fraggy Murphy and his Cork team, it's do it all over again, because they're going to now face, under the management of Dennis Walsh, Kilkenny in the All-Ireland hurling semi-final of 2010. And the full-time score, 1 goal and 25 points for the Leesiders. Antrim, 19 points.
Every time we got up for a score, Cork came back, maybe got a point or something like that. You know, that's the sign of a good team, and they're there now. They'll be playing Kilkenny, and who knows how that'll work out.
For times in that game we were under fierce pressure. Antrim really put it up to us, and at times we didn't play that well, but lucky to come through in the end. We're thankful for that.
Well, Paul Flynn, there was a certain inevitability about it. I mean, Antrim did battle well, etc., but it would still seemed a bit inevitable.
Yeah, it does. I think from the time Cork went 4 points to no score up, I think Antrim, they kind of came back into it a bit, but there was always that little bit of difference in class, you know, around the half-back line and midfield in particular today. I think Ronan Kern, Tom Kenny and Colin Naughton, you know, took the game to Antrim and getting early scores. But in fairness to Antrim, you know, they went in 8 points down after Niall McCarthy's goal. They didn't give up. They got back within 6 a couple of times in the second half, without really threatening. But you know, as you said, it was a bit predictable, and you know, Cork got their place in the All-Ireland semi-final.
How will Dennis Walsh look at it, Donal? I mean, I presume, given they're going to have such an intense game against Kilkenny, he'd have loved a bit of intensity, but that wasn't going to be the case today, was it?
I would disagree with you there, Des. You know, I don't think he was looking for any intensity after the last two games against Waterford. Yeah, they were intense enough, I think, and that I think what he was looking for is a professional performance, right? You know, well run, that they do the simple things well, and that they get out of the match as early as they could, and they get over Antrim, and they get back and they focus now on the semi-final. So they got there, but he won't be terribly or best pleased with the performance. But then again, when you don't play well, there's lots to learn.
Sure. Okay, then. You were looking at the Cork performance for us, and you thought it was good and bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, when you do look, there's a mixture, really. I mean, they did some very good things, and they did things a lot better than they did, we say, last weekend against Waterford. Kieran Murphy there, getting away from the man and taking a good score, and you know, that was something that he did well. Out centre forward today, from release from the corner a little bit, and that's a good puck out from Cusack to Cusson, and he angled the ball in. That's something that they haven't been doing. He angled the ball in very well there to Paddy Sullivan, missed it. And when Isaac got it, he was patient, and he put Niall McCarthy through, who did brilliantly there for that goal. So Cork were doing, they did good things like that. Against Waterford, they weren't good in that department. But then Ray Ryan, silly free there, coming through the man, and this was very wasteful. And if you look at Paddy Sullivan here, when the ball drops in, if you look at him, he'll just come in now in the narrow shot, like he has his hand up in the air, kind of belting away, like, look, what can we do with balls like that? And he's a bit of fault here himself, really. He should have done a bit better. Should have come back across like and stuck that. That was a chance. He did work very hard for it, and then left it after man. Liam Watson, tremendous game at full forward and centre forward, scoring 6 points. And he really, he really put the Cork backs under pressure, and that's one area that they won't be happy with. They were sloppy enough at times, Des. So they did some very good things, and as you said, right, they did some things poorly. But there was nothing in this for Cork, really. Everybody expected them to win, so it was a case: come up to Croke Park, get your business done, and get back now and focus for the semi-final.
All right, then the man of the match contenders, Paul.
Yeah, Des. I suppose there was, in a game like that, there was a couple of performances particularly for Antrim. I think Liam Watson at full forward scored 6 fantastic points from play. Okay, he was a bit close to the line a couple of times in the end, got dismissed, but I think his point scoring was fantastic. Niall McCarthy for Cork, won great possession and finished the goal fantastically as well. He was a threat toward the game. And Tom Kenny in midfield from Cork as well, coming through, picking off some lovely scores.
All right then, and the award goes to?
Well, we gave it to Niall McCarthy, Des. He was superb in the first half, really, and really the match was a contest in the first half, and he did very well, linked up very well with his defensive midfield, and took his goal superbly well, and ran away at times, and was very sensible, knocked over a few good points, and he carried in the form that he displayed in the Munster final and in other matches, right, and the Limerick match right into this one, and that's why we gave him the man of the match. He was excellent all through the first half, particularly.
All right then. It was a good finish, wasn't it, Paul?
Oh yeah, he realised he was going to be hooked, and it's something now that players are practicing. I'd say there's like kicking, sometimes it can go sideways, and I think that it's a very good skill to have. Just throw it out a heady and flick it down, particularly if you put it down low where the goalkeepers can't have time to react. Yeah, absolutely.
All right then, well, let's hear from the man of the match, Carrigtwohill, Niall McCarthy.
And Ona Scully of Etihad Airways is presenting Niall with his award. Well done, Niall. You seem to be really enjoying your hurling at the moment.
Not too bad, I suppose last week was a huge disappointment to us, but we didn't have much time to think about it. To come back into training Wednesday, get our house in order again, and fellas were already down, but Dennis had a good chat with us Wednesday night, and we had no other chance to pick ourselves up. If we didn't, we were out playing Antrim today, we got beat, so I think it was kind of more mentally, more than physically, that the team were tired, but we're absolutely delighted to get over tonight and look forward to a semi-final in 2 weeks.
Yeah, indeed, that's the line-up for the semi-finals. Kilkenny against Cork and Waterford against Tipperary, and if it's anything like the recent meetings between those 4 counties, we should be in for a fair few